Jump Force Season 2 DLC has been awesome thus far. Hiei and Meruem have been officially announced as the Jump Force Season 2 DLC characters and representatives for Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho respectively. And the community absolutely loves their addition into the game. But the only thing left to question for the Jump Force community and my perfectionist here on YouTube is who are the final 2 Jump Force DLC characters. Well, in what is the single best Jump Force video here on YouTube, I, your host Perfection, the natural selection of anime and anime gaming here on YouTube, and the best undefeated player of the game itself, will be going over the new Jump Force Season 2 DLC characters list for characters from Bleach and JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Before that, however, since I already know you're going to love the content from the god of the FGC and the AFGC, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell to get all the new anime info, discussions, anime games, ranked battles, and news coverage from games like Jump Force, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Once Justice 2 from the YouTube channel where the quality is in the name itself, Perfection. Okay, so this time around our female representative is going to be coming from Bleach. Now remember what I said, regardless, I feel like each season of Jump Force DLC is going to have at least one female representative, regardless of what franchise or genre they're from. Is going to be at least one female character in the pool. You got to. At this point, you have to have at least one. So we're going to be talking about a female character in Bleach that is on the same level of power as Captain Byakuya Kuchiki and Zenbone Sakura. Like, this character, they're possibly stronger than Zenbone Sakura. They're definitely stronger than Captain Byakuya Kuchiki. Their Shika, their Zanpakuto is on par with Zenbone Sakura. It's like same thing. So we're going to be talking about a character that is a fan favorite from the original Bleach crew, and of course one of the original captains, one of the most beloved, highly ranking in the popularity polls, so that does give them a little bit more credence and credibility to actually end up in the DLC. Of course, we're talking about Rangiku. Yes, yes, and more yes. Now, again, Rangiku does not get the credibility that she deserves. She doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Like, she gets highly underrated, highly abused. Like, a lot of people do not take this character seriously at all. But if you get beyond just like some kind of girl hate that you guys have, if you get beyond that, you pay attention to her combat abilities, this character is insanely powerful. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about her Ash Cat, or her Hinako Zanpakuto, and what it does. Now, like I mentioned before, it works just like Zenbone Sakura. So for all these people who are like meticulously come up with a moveset for Captain Byakuya Kuchiki, literally the same thing could be done for Rangiku, if not better, because the way that her Zanpakuto works is that she can cover the field in her Zanpakuto. Like, her Shika, her Zanpakuto turns into ash, and whatever her ash touches, whatever her Zanpakuto touches, she could just attack infinitely from a range. So she could literally, like, the way that I envision this working, and this is actually how it works. Imagine if Rangiku used hit and miss jutsu, right? Which is basically what her Zanpakuto is. Anything caught in that miss can get infinitely slashed. That's the way that it works. Like, how ridiculous is that? Okay, that makes her a very lethal threat in any combat situation that she is in. And of course, because she's not per se the main character of the series, she gets plotted off a lot. Like, she doesn't get to really shine as much as she should. But when you look at her abilities, so you look at her Zanpakuto and you look at what she can do, she is arguably one of the top 10 characters in Bleach. Now, I can't say top 3 because of course you got Ichigo, a lot of people will argue Yak, then you got a conversation for Eyes in there, but like, she's definitely in the top 5, top 10 of the most powerful characters in Bleach of all time. And I mean, you can use it for both offensive and defensive purposes, right? Like, I'm looking at her abilities, and I see her as much of an invisible sword user, like one of those characters that you can trick your opponent because they can't actually see the blade hitting them. They can't see anything hitting them. So it's sort of like a telekinesis character where the opponent can't really see any telegraphed hits and prepare themselves for the attacks. Or since they can't see the attacks coming, they have to, you know, constantly preemptively block. And you can really mess with them on timing and different things like that. Now, her ashes, again, have been, you know, both used for offense and defense. Like, I can already imagine one ability is her throwing the ash tornado at the opponent. And I remember when I was younger, I thought she was just like a wind affinity character. Like, she was literally controlling wind, which technically it still is that, but not really. But I see her like just throwing like tornadoes at the opponent and just slashing at them, like, you know, tracking tornadoes, like what like Galena tries to do, but, you know, better. Like, Galena tries, she tries, but that tornado is very easily dodgeable. Like, I want to see something, a bigger take on that to the nth degree with Rangiku. Her ultimate, again, could be the same thing, like hit and miss jutsu. Like, you like get in front of the opponent, would be a very easy hidden ability or ultimate to hit the game where you just cover yourself or the surrounding area and miss. Somewhat like, you know, Dark End or what was that? Whatever Blackbeard's ultimate is, where you like cover an area in your hitbox and then you hit the opponent, you do the animation, different damage or whatever. Now, of course, she doesn't have a revealed Bankai yet, so I can't really expand upon what that would do. But with her, you know, when her Zanpakuto, it already does so much, and the ability kind of leaves the developers a lot to work with. Like, they can go in and just give her a lot of like telekinetic sword slashes that you can't see. You can give her different like wind-based techniques. You could also focus on like, you know, hand-to-hand attacks if you wanted to, Kido, different things to mix up her moveset, because Rangiku does have a lot of potential to be added into Jump Force. Okay, so we have to have our JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Jump Force Season 2 conversation here. And we're gonna have two different conversations because I feel like I have to cover this if I'm going to be honest with the audience. So the first thing, we're going to cover a character that has been highly requested. I even requested this character, but there's multiple reasons as to why the character would probably not end up in the game. I mean, there's ways that the character can be in the game and implemented, but there's a lot of things working against it. So of course we got to talk about Giorno Giovanna. Now, of course, everyone is wilding out with Golden Wind, especially with the anime just getting to the Golden Experience Requiem. Everyone's wilding out and everything. So people are actually wanting this character in the game. Of course, I want the character in the game. But the problem is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Golden Wind wasn't actually a part of Shonen Jump. Like, yes, the series JoJo's Bizarre Adventures up to a certain point was involved with Shonen Jump, but not anymore. So that's already a big question mark as to whether or not this character could actually be in the game. I mean, because if they added the character, then obviously it would cause problems, because people would be like, well, if Giorno could get in, then this other character from this other series can get in, even though they're not part of Shonen Jump. Like, you see the problem that would create, because like the developers would literally be in a trap, because they literally said only Shonen Jump characters. Giorno Giovanna is not a Shonen Jump character. Like, as much as I want him in the game, and I do, like, that is enough of a reason for them to try to hold out on us. And I feel like they would take the stance of holding out on us rather than actually implementing him in the game. Now, I feel like, and I think I have this right, is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventures was a part of Shonen Jump up till the completion of Diamond is Unbreakable. So you wouldn't have any Golden Wind, you wouldn't have any of Steel Ball Run or the JoJolion. So I mean, that's a lot of content to lose out on, and I think this would, you know, right here be the last JoJo's character that we could get, unless they do like getting a hero and then getting a villain. Because I mean, they could work around and give us Joseph either young or old form. They could also work around to give us Jonathan, but then they could also look at giving us Yoshikage Kira. It's so, like, it's too many questions. It's too many questions, too many complications. Too many questions of legalities, licensing, fairness to other series. I just don't think that Giorno could be in Jump Force Season 2 as the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures representative. Now, implementing him presents a whole nother question in and of itself, because a lot of people, again, they'd have no problem implementing gold experience. Like, that would be no issue at all. Like, a lot of it would just be copying Dio, with Muda, and probably a healing ability, then probably like a branch ability, like he grows a tree, or one of his combos or one of his moves is like a combo reset, throws a tree branch or something. I mean, there's not really that many complications in implementing his base form. The question comes in is, like, how would you implement Gold Experience Requiem? Because if you don't have GER, a lot of people are going to be upset. Like, where's the Requiem form? Where Requiem? Everyone would have that question. And I mean, it would kind of be a slap in the face just to have him as an ultimate. Because obviously his ultimate would be simple. He hits himself with the arrow, Gold Experience Requiem comes out, does some kind of animation, bam, done. But after that point, people are going to want his awakened status. Like, okay, now let me use Gold Experience Requiem for the duration of the match. And the way that stand works, it would be wildly nerfed. It would be like playing a glitch in the game. And that would be a problem for obvious reasons. Like, imagine, the only way that I would see it working is like if you use the Requiem experience on yourself, where like you would be unfraggable for a set amount of time. Like, you use Requiem, and if the opponent tries to end you, you just constantly get revived with a set amount of HP in a loop for a certain amount of time, and that would be broken. I don't see how it would work on the opponent, because it would be like it would do no purpose to the user. Like, if you turned around and used a Requiem ability on the opponent and they constantly revive you, like, why would you do that? Why would you use that character? Why would you loop them and give them extra life to just constantly come back and mess with you? Like, it's too many what ifs to have this character in the game. So honestly, I have to say that I do not see Giorno Giovanna getting into Jump Force Season 2 DLC. As much as we all want him, as much as I want him, I just don't see it happening for all those issues. Like, in the real world and in game sense, I just don't see it happening. Now, talking about a JoJo's Bizarre Adventures character that can get in the game, I feel like we have a high chance of getting the young Joseph. Like, his abilities, his moveset is already there. Hormone clappers, like random projectile spewing weapons, like, it's all there. His moveset is there. Just ripple or hormone, bam, you're done. Like, I look at it, like, most of his model you would copy from the Fist of the North Star. You copy from him. You would just copy from him and just change the face, change the hair, and bam, you're done. So I feel like it's gonna end up being Joseph Joestar. I'm sticking with that. Abilities I've already gone over, like, really specifically in a past video that I will link down in the comment section down below. I know you like today's Jump Force Season 2 DLC characters lineup video. Go ahead and press that subscribe button with utter perfection and watch some other videos linked down below in the playlist that pops up on your screen right now. Click that notification bell to get all the top anime fighting games and games information here on the place where the quality is in the name itself. Perfection, the natural selection in anime and anime gaming content, and I'll see you in the next video.